Hey Exploration Nation, today I am in the Pine Log Wildlife Management Area near White, Georgia, and I'm back here looking for an old iron furnace. There are several around the county here. One is in a park operated by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers at Lake Allatoona that's in mint condition. There's supposed to be another one back here, so we're going to go take a look and see if we can find it. Now, I've never been here before. I've lived in the area for a lot of years, and I have never been here, and that's not good. I don't know why I've never been here, honestly. Can't tell you. But the directions I have to the iron furnace is 3.2 miles coming up that road right there. And so after driving a couple of miles, this is what I ran into. Yep, you guessed it, a gate. So I'm going to have to hike the rest of the way and see if it's even down here. I'm pretty sure it is. But this is an exploring mission. I've never been back here before. It's beautiful. It was a kind of a rough drive. Not the worst roads I've been on, but rougher than I've been on in a while. But it was fun driving up here to this point. So let's go see and if we can find this thing. And in the meantime, we'll just enjoy the sights and the sounds. And hopefully you can hear that creek rushing in the background. This is really nice. It's also unusually cool for this time of year. This is first part of May. And high temperature is only supposed to go in the low 70s. So beautiful day. And perfect day for coming and doing something like this. The creek is down there. I really hope you can hear that. That is so relaxing. And this old furnace was one of several around. The one I mentioned at the beginning of the video is in the old town of Etowah. Well, it's part of it. The town was flooded by the lake. But the town of Etowah had ironworks there, and I may do a video on it sometime and show it to you. And tell you the complete history of it. I don't recall all of it off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've been there myself. But the ironworks were destroyed during the war between the states for obvious reasons. They were making weapons over there. So when General Sherman came through, he sent a detachment over to take care of it. And we've got tadpoles. Let's see if I can get these to show up on camera. Now, because of these tadpoles, I'm glad that gate's closed up there. So I hope it stays closed until they are grown. Because somebody coming through here in a vehicle is not going to see them. Really surprised to see them, because this is going to dry up if the rains don't keep up. There's even some over here. Take a look at this. And the tire track. Now these guys may not survive because it won't be too long before this dries up unless it keeps raining like it has. If it rains keep up, then it'll be all right. And I hope so. Hope they're grown until they're grown. Now I'm not going to show all the hike in here to you because according to my rough estimate, There's about another mile to go. And this is a easy place to hike. But I will take the opportunity to remind you that if you decide to come here, you will need one of three things to be here. One is a fishing license, or a hunting license, or a land use permit. You can get those online, which I will link in the description below, and print it out. If you're from out of state, you can get a non-resident license. The fishing license is the cheapest. It's $15, and so that would be the cheapest one. A land use permit, I think, would be like $30. So, nice thing about a fishing license is you can use it to fish too, anywhere in the state of Georgia. So, and with the administrative fee that goes with it, it comes out to like $18. Yes, sir, I wish that I had been coming back here all along. I've lived in the area for over 30 years, and this is the first time I've ever been back here. And I really wish I had been coming back here all along. Okay, we're on the right track. Come to a bridge that was mentioned in the directions. It crosses the creek. So right here it is. This is super nice back here. And that is a great big old mountain laurel. That is beautiful. Oh, that's pretty. Mountain laurels are some of my favorite. Let's see if I can get on that. Yes, there we go. They are beautiful. First ones I've seen, but this is the first time I've been out in the wilderness this year. Very nice. There's more back there. Check it out. I came up out of that little dip up here, and all I've got to say is I've got to get back in shape. I shouldn't be the least bit winded after that little bitty hill, but I need to get back out and do more of this to get back at it. It's actually nice that the road was closed at that point back there, probably because those two trees down, and maybe in consideration of the tadpoles in the puddles. You know, it is a wildlife management area. They do manage things here. That's what it's here for. So, but the main thing is I don't have to worry about getting run over by anybody. Mountain bikes are there's one guy on a mountain bike here that came in a little while after I got here, but it's not them I'm worried about. I just hate getting back on a place like this out in the wilderness and have jeeps and trucks and everything else. And you know, before anybody says anything, I don't deny people's right to enjoy nature their way. Jeep and four-wheel drive enthusiasts enjoy it their way. They love doing what they do. Okay, that's fine. I just rather they do it somewhere where I'm not. That's all. Now, there's supposed to be some buildings back here, or remains of buildings, back here at some point. And the maps that I've seen don't show where they are. So I'm just going to have to get back here and look and see if I can ask people where they are and so on. But that's part of the fun, is finding. It's cool. And so there may be more videos from this same area to come. And especially when I go in on the north end. The south end is down here towards White. And there is another entrance on the north end on up the highway. So a lot here to explore, a lot to check out. This is a very large WMA and very nice. This is nice. I'm beginning to think that somebody stole this thing. That's right, they stole it. It's not here anymore. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm kidding. Just went up and down some pretty good hills. Still haven't come across it. So either I wasn't quite 2 miles in when I had to park, or else I'm more out of shape than I thought. Maybe a combination of both. But still going. It's still beautiful back here. Hadn't seen any wildlife, and I'm kind of surprised, but nightfall may be a different story. But you can see the difference in the road right there. Trees growing up right beside it, weeds down the middle. There's some vehicular traffic back here, but not much, or was when the gate was open. I don't know how long that gate's been shut. And according to the rules, mountain bikes can be here, and they can come back here without any trouble. When the gates are shut, then mountain bikes can be on the road. And right down here, it's getting to be more overgrown. But if you come here looking for this and you walk it, I would recommend long pants, because in just a little bit, matter of fact, in just a couple of days, it's supposed to be back to summertime here, and ticks would abound right in here. There's probably ticks been living back here for 20 years. Looks like raccoon tracks right there. And deer track right here. Deer tracks. Oh, look at what I found. That is so pretty. And smells so sweet. It smells like perfume. Smell that all the way down at the trail. I do believe that's a Cherokee rose. I have to look it up to be sure. The leaves kind of look like it. Those flowers, they look like Cherokee roses, but I'll have to be sure. I'll throw it up on screen if it's not. And it still hasn't bloomed all the way. That is so pretty, and I wish y'all could smell this, because it smells just like perfume out here. And I could smell it all the way over there. This is pretty. And look how big that is. I never get tired of this. Just beautiful. Honestly, I think it's time to turn around and go back. I can't see people doing all this. Because I've seen a lot of photographs online on it. And I just don't see people doing all this. In those numbers anyway. So I'm thinking it's back that way. And probably concealed by foliage. Now I will say, as we start back, and I've been wanting to go try to find this for a while, there is a plane crash site in the WMA here. It's on Bear Mountain, and plane went down about 1983, I believe. Flew into the side of the mountain one night going back to Augusta from Rome. And it'll be a long hike from here. I'll try to get to it from another angle, but it's definitely in the WMA. And so I'd like to go see if I could try to find that. But that's another day. It's probably going to be 5 or 6, 7 or 8 miles, if not more, from here. It's over near Waleska. So definitely another day. So we're going to head back and see. We don't see this thing going back. Okay, there's some wildlife that just came through here since I've been this way. Right here, the deeply rutted part of the road. And these tracks were not here a few minutes ago. And a deer, that's deer. And it's getting on towards evening, so wildlife's starting to come out. So it was just here. Hey, Exploration Nation. Day number 2 of the hunt for the old iron furnace. But this time, I think I've got a lot better directions. They're a lot simpler anyway. Whoever I got the original directions from, I don't think wanted anybody else to find it, even though among locals here it's a well-known place. So we're going to go see if we can find this. Plus there's a second one that is behind the check station, just down the road a little bit. So we're going to give that a try. And so I just got off work, and while I was checking emails when I got here, happened to see a post on Facebook that this whole wildlife management area just went up for sale today. And that's sad. A lot of acreage here. It's very, very sad that it's going to be developed. Most likely commercial. There may be some residential, but most likely commercial. So I don't know what's going to become of the old iron furnaces or anything, but hate to see this go. This is a beautiful area, and for those of you who don't know, wildlife management areas in Georgia are always leased to them by the property owner. And so my guess is that when the lease expires on this land, whether it's sold or not, since it's up for sale, DNR will probably bail, and that will be pretty much the end of it. So it's just insane. You can't run far enough or fast enough to get away from that kind of thing. It's like nearly 20,000 acres up for sale, and they're talking about industrial, commercial, and so on. So, but on a lighter note, here we are. There is the old iron furnace, one of them. Now that wasn't far at all. Now, if you made it this far in the video, you know that I hiked for hours during the first part looking for this due to some bad directions. And so this is it. And I'll show you a diagram right here of how this was set up originally. This isn't all there is to it. Raw materials were dumped in the top right up there, and the furnaces that I've seen so far have always been next to a hill, and a road or a railroad has come across up to the top so they could dump the raw materials in. As a matter of fact, I'll pause right here and show you the diagram. It's a complete diagram of the whole setup. There would have been something over here and of course overhead as well. So here's the diagram. And as you can see, to me it was an ingenious setup. You're talking 1800s here. And so for somebody to figure this out and how to do it and then build these, and then right here it is. Let's get a closer look. And here we are. And there is a look at the chimney. Now this one is built a little bit differently than the one that's at the Allatoona Dam. It's got a separate little structure here. The chimney came all the way down. Now the other one may have originally done so. And I would say probably so. But this is an amazing piece of work right here. And the ground is full of antlions, or what we used to call them, doodlebugs. Lots of them. I haven't seen antlion nests in a long time, years. Alright, took a little break right there in order to get my light. I didn't have my light on here, so it was an interesting shot with just the sunlight coming in, but now with the camera light you can see the brick and the construction of the top part of this. And that's a heart of a tree. That's almost driftwood now. But this is amazing. You consider the day and time, 1800s. These predated the war between the states, so you're talking 1850s or so, and the ingenuity of such things to come up with it in the first place is just amazing to me. What they made here was pig iron, and the name pig iron was derived from the shape of the mold. It looked like a sow nursing her young. I'll put more in the description below. So I need to look up more of the history on this, because it's been a while. I've read it before, but I need to see what all is available out there information-wise. I don't remember all of it, but what I've given you is the basics. And this is in amazingly good shape. It is too bad that the land that it's sitting on is now for sale. What happens to it will be up to the new property owner whenever it sells. And this side is completely enclosed. And I believe this is known as the Lewis furnace. I believe the Lewis family owned it when it was built and did their manufacturing here. Not sure about that. I'll include that in the description also. The one over at the Allatoona Dam is Cooper's furnace. And the others, there's two more in here. One is basically a pile of rubble, as I understand it now, and hard to find. The other one is behind the check-in station, and so we'll check that out in a minute. Just utterly amazing. Now the part that came over the top, and I'll show it again in the diagram here once again. There's a part that came over the top. The diagram shows like a covered bridge coming to it. So I don't know if that was the norm or if that was just the way it was here. The one at Cooper's Furnace, I've never seen a diagram of it, but it had a little small railroad, you know, and the gauge of the track was similar to a mining railroad, and it would come right across the top like that, and they'd dump the raw materials in. Well, you can see there's a hill right here. Let me go on up here, show this to you, because the perspective does not show very well on camera. Although if I slip and bust my tail, that perspective would be just fine. Alrighty. And so it came down through here, and I don't know what was here, but you can see this looks like it gets dug out all the way down through here. But maybe they had rerouted the stream or something. Well, no. I don't know. I'm just taking wild guesses at this point. That over there looks like an old road. So I'm guessing now, looking at it again, that that's an old road coming in. And they would have had to build a structure from this hillside on up in order to come across to the top of the furnace right there. I'll walk on up here and see if there's anything to see here. Okay. Well, I wonder. Well, this is interesting. To celebrate the life of Brandon Ballinger, here stands a tribute to the coolest guy, guitar player, hard worker, and best friend. Oh my goodness. It's gotten broken. This must have been one of his favorite places to come, I bet. I had enough service on my cell phone to look this up, and Mr. Ballinger was just 33 years of age when he passed away. And he passed away last year. From the looks of these photographs and everything, I would have thought this was here longer than that, but with the sun shining directly on the photographs, I guess it faded them extra quick. But he passed away last year. So sad, and my condolences go out to the family still, because I know they're still grieving and reeling from this. It's gone much too soon. Okay, I was headed back to the check station, went back in here. The trail that I was on dead-ended at the creek, and I climbed up to the top of the ridge that I'm now on. As the saying goes, I'm getting too old for this. But I happened on the remains of something. I don't know what it is, but it's bricks. Let me show you. Now, maybe kind of hard to see, but there are bricks all around here. You can see, and it's difficult to see on camera, but there is a depression running right around, let's see, right through there, right around coming through here. So there was obviously something here, and it looks like it was more or less circular in shape. So maybe a brick oven. Maybe they made bricks, I don't know. Let's see if there's anything stamped on these. I don't know if that's graffiti or who made that. Check another one here. Let's see anything. I would be interested to know if any of these have any kind of stamp on it. Sometimes whoever made them stamp them with the name of the manufacturer. And I don't see any that have any such thing on it. But I do believe that this may have been a brick oven. See, this would have been a reject that split during the process. So I believe that's what this is. See, here's another one that split. And the reason I say that this might have been a brick oven is the Retro Manic and I, on the infamous day of busts, when we went over to Athens, Georgia, and did a collab there, it was every place we went to, we couldn't do anything. Everything fell through. But we went to the ruins of an old brick factory, and these kind of bricks with the splits in them were laying on the ground as well as others, and they were the rejects, the ones that had split during the manufacturing process. So I think that's what this probably was. It would have been a small one, but nonetheless, that's what it looks like. So neat little find here. I just wish that I could find something on one of the bricks that would indicate who made it and possibly give us a time frame. But time frame is going to be in the 1800s. That's about the time that the one in Athens was in operation, I do believe. another little pit right over here. Let me take you over here and show you. A little pit here in case the perspective doesn't show up on camera. Kind of right around through here. And yeah, there are more bricks over here, so this is all part of the, here we go, all part of the same manufacturing. Well, that was a neat little find. So, even with no ironworks to be had, we found a little small brick oven. Well, I'm going to keep on heading back to the check station, and I will see you there. Well, that's it. Back at the check station. No iron furnace that I could find back there. If it's back there somewhere, I'll just have to get a better location and come back some other time. But we did find what looked like some old brickworks, and had a nice walk by the creek once again. So it's never a waste. It's never a bust when you get out in nature. It's always a positive experience to reconnect and refresh and rejuvenate. So thank you for coming along. I appreciate you watching, and be sure and like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I will see you in the next video. In the meantime, exit stage right.